Now that we've discussed the why and how of evaluation, theory of change, and logic models, it's time to dig a little deeper into focusing on your evaluation design and working with data to tell the story of your program and organization. Let's get started by focusing on your evaluation design and data collection process. When working with data, the first step is to identify a story about your program based on the questions you want to answer. Remember, your logic model is your guide for doing just this. In step 2, you collect data to tell this story about your program. This can be qualitative, quantitative, or both, known as the mixed methods approach. In step 3, you organize and prepare data for analysis. In step 4, you organize and interpret data to answer questions about your program. Finally, you tell a story about your program by combining words, numbers, and graphics. Depending on the data obtained, this story may line up with the story you set out to tell in step 1, but the data collected may also inform other questions or stories within your organization worth telling when communicating your findings. Now let's dig into the wonderful world of data collection. There are 2 types of data you can use to tell your story: qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data provides information about the qualities of something. This can include words, descriptions, and reports of experiences. Think first-hand perspectives from clients, staff, partners, and other stakeholders. Quantitative data provides information about the quantities of something. This can include numbers, ratings, ratios, and costs. These are numbers that usually focus on aggregate or summary information across individuals. Most evaluations end up with a healthy mix of both types of data to tell an organization's story in a holistic way. Both qualitative and quantitative data collection methods have value in program evaluation. Historically, quantitative methods were valued over qualitative methods in dominant white cultures, which effectively devalued lived experience, particularly among Black, Indigenous, and people of color. This is changing, and you have the power to collect and use both qualitative and quantitative data in a way that promotes equity in evaluation. There are many different data collection methods for collecting qualitative and quantitative data. All have pros and cons related to cost, time, flexibility, reliability, and confidentiality. Some data collection methods include surveys. These can ask about people's opinions, behaviors, or knowledge. Interviews. These can be in-depth or brief, structured or unstructured, and with individuals or groups, like focus groups. Observations. These can be direct or indirect observations of people. And documents. These can be written, photos and videos, visual depictions, and auditory information, like meeting notes, diaries, social media, and charts or records. When collecting data, you should consider the types of questions you are asking. Are they open-ended or close-ended? Your order of questions. Is it structured in a logical way to help participants feel at ease? And making space for emergent issues. Are you allowing participants to share beyond what's being asked? Once you have determined the type of data you are collecting and your data collection methods, it's time to develop your data collection plan. Remember to use your logic model as a roadmap. Your plan should include your desired outcome, data collection method, data source, time frame, staff responsible, resources needed, and potential problems. This plan should focus on data outcomes that are measurable, realistic, feasible, and useful. Going back to our library example, our desired outcome is to increase access to books, and our data collection method is a quantitative survey. We will engage a sample of patrons and staff as our data source, and our time frame for gathering responses is 1 month. Our librarian is the staff responsible for collecting responses. To reach a broad audience, resources needed include an online platform to send our survey electronically and compensating survey respondents for their time. Potential problems could include falling short of our target and needing to expand our time frame and outreach to different groups. Identifying your data collection plan and gathering qualitative and quantitative data can seem daunting. But as long as you have a clear vision of the story you are trying to tell, the questions you want answered, and the voices you need to include, You're well on your way to a successful evaluation. Thank you to our partners and the many participating organizations that helped make this video possible. For more information, please visit therisepartnership.org.